So the best way to describe New Zealand is that it looks like a movie set, but it is real. We are on our way to see the famous Glowworm Caves. We've already had a domestic argument. So cool, so cool. So come and fly with us to the other end of the world. As you've seen, we just flew from London to beautiful Singapore, but that was only the first leg, of course. Tired and happy, here I am on our layover. We had a quick refresher and then already boarded a beautiful Air New Zealand flight for the second and final leg to Auckland. And now let me give you a bit of an overview of our lovely premium economy experience on Air New Zealand, and I promise I'm saving the best for last. First of all, the seats were super plush. The pillows were the fluffiest I'd ever seen on a plane, and all the amenities were super cute, plus the headphones were comfy as well. The food was really good, like I would say it was restaurant standard. I mean, look at the presentation of the dessert. We both actually really enjoyed it, but I cannot forget to mention the wine pairing. Yep, having wine from New Zealand paired with your incredible in-flight meal made this one of the most enjoyable flights ever for us. And next we arrived in Auckland, we picked up our car and headed to our first destination on New Zealand's beautiful North Island. We are on our way to see the famous Glowworm Caves. This one in particular is called Spellbound. And we just learned a little bit about glowworms. I'm going to tell you before we go in because it's going to be quite dark. So glowworms are essentially carnivores in a way. They are little insects and they shine to attract other insects and then they eat them. So obviously for us humans, we just think, wow, so beautiful. But actually it's just a deadly trap. Super excited. Like I said, it will be very, very dark. So you might not see video footage. You might see some pictures, but I'll try my best to capture this beautiful moment for you, of course. Let's go. And look at how cool this looks. Gertj is just walking down. It looks like he's in some sort of Lord of the Rings moment. Let me show you.
You want to grab one of these?
Yeah, thank you. Light at the front, yeah?
Lie at the front and then tighten at the back.
We are suited and booted. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to show you now, so we're just going to go inside. Our eyes have to adjust to the darkness for 15-20 minutes, so yeah, super excited. Oh my god, here we go, let's go. Okay, go again.
Mind your head, it's a duck under here.
Okay, sure. Whoa, 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 whoa. And the best way I can describe this experience is it's like being on a magical Disney style ride, but it is real, it is nature, and it is incredibly enchanting. We got a little introduction and then spent some time riding up the stream and taking these stunning photos. Filming is near to impossible, by the way, but if you have the right equipment, photos can obviously turn out magical. Okay, so where do I start? We've just checked into this incredible hotel. Let me give you a bit of a tour. So this is Wild Canvas, New Zealand. It's essentially like a glamping tent inspired hotel, Airbnb more likely, on the top of a hill. So look at this. We are surrounded by hills and hills and hills of beautiful New Zealand countryside. Gonna be honest, I know it's a cliche, but for me, I feel like I'm in the Shire. It's absolutely magical. You've got all these beautifully decorated bedrooms, bathrooms, and then you've obviously got a bit of a living room, a kitchen, and you've got a bit of a fireplace out here, as well as a hot tub, which obviously Gertj and I are going to be using. And you're also surrounded by sheep here. I'm going to see if I can show you some, but yeah, it's definitely the New Zealand nature experience. Excited to spend a night here. Okay, it's the evening and we're going to put some pizzas. Gertj's over there. Hey. We're going to put some pizzas in the pizza oven that comes with Wild Canvas. Here we go. So cool. So at the moment we're trying to figure out how to do it properly, but I think we kind of got it. So you have to sort of shift the coals around a little bit, wait until they're burned out, and then we're going to put the pizza in. So wish us luck. Okay, good morning team. We are in the hot tub. So even if you think, I'm not sure, you know, like glamping, camping, a bit not for me and this is too far from Auckland, this hot tub should definitely make you want to consider at least one night at Wild Canvas. Next stop on our road trip was a place called Rotorua. It's super famous for its geothermal activity, which is why we had this incredible view of the geysers from our hotel. And our first activity here was kayaking. So Goj and I got super early and we're gonna kayak today. Super excited to kind of, you know, go out on the lake at the same time as the sun comes up. It's really beautiful already. I'm hopefully gonna be able to show you a little bit of drone shots of this wonderful lake as well, and a little bit of an experience of what it's like to kayak here. At the moment it's very peaceful and there is nobody here, but yeah, let's see if it stays like this. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. 20 minutes into the kayak and we've already had a domestic argument. No, it's actually really beautiful and the sunrise is incredible. There's nobody around. The nature, the trees are so green. I love it. We are currently in hot natural pools. They have alkaline and acidic water, which each are good for, you know, skin soothing and pain relief and all of this. So we're going to enjoy this a little bit. It's really, really beautiful here. Rotorua also has geysers and different hot springs dotted all around the city. So they call it Sulphur City because the whole city smells a little bit like foul eggs, but you kind of do get used to it because obviously it's really good for you and it's really calming. So we're going to enjoy the Polynesian spa. That's where we are. And then we're going to move on to the next spot. Super excited to show you. And that's it. Let's go. Okay, so apart from hot pools, which are obviously really beautiful and relaxing, they also have a cold plunge bath here, which I'm not going to do right now because it's just a little bit too cold outside, but just for you guys to know. And they have a cold plunge shower here as well. So actually, I'm gonna see that. Yeah, it does work. So, you know, if you're super brave, you can come and do this. But, you know, for me at the moment today, no. I think it's about 16 degrees right now or so. It's actually coming up to summer, but it's still spring. So no cold plunge for me today. And of course, we couldn't go to New Zealand without meeting the Maori. In Rotorua, there is the Mitai Maori village where you can book different experiences and learn a lot of interesting things about Maori culture. We got involved and, as you can see here, did somewhat badly, but we had an incredible time. I can only recommend this experience. Hello.
Right.
So we have arrived at the Shire, or the Hobbiton Movie Set, obviously very famous from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. And if you're not into this, if you haven't watched any of the movies, then I hope you're going to enjoy this part of the video anyway. But for those of you who are as geeky as us, I hope it'll be really fun. I'm so excited to show you. We're going to go in now. We're going to go on our tour. So the tour is 1.5 hours, but that's all I know for now. Let's go.
Let's go 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours?
Yeah, 3 to 5:30 then.
2.5 hours. Let's go. I love it. It's so cool. What I love in particular is what you can see actually here behind me is the little attention to detail. So there's like little bakery items and little clothes and a little washing line and little kitchen goods like everywhere. Like a lot of detail went into this place, which is amazing. Just look at this. So cool, so cool. Okay, so as you're walking around the set, you do learn quite a few stories about, you know, the time of filming of The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. And we just learned one, which I thought I'll share with you. I'm not going to take all of them away from you because obviously you're going to want to come potentially and experience it yourself. But when they were building this set many years ago, actually over 20 years, I think it's over 25 years ago, oh my goodness, the New Zealand army came and helped to build, you know, they came and helped to make this, because it was marshland, into actually walkable land, etc, etc. So in return they got offered to play roles in the movies, and the New Zealand army played the urukai. So especially in movie number 2, the battle for Helm's Deep, if that means anything to you, there's a big battle between obviously humans and wizards, etc., and the urukai. And the New Zealand army was so excited to play that they actually ended up hurting some of the actors because they were so pumped for their role, which, yeah, legend has it, obviously, you know, not sure how much of that is true, but it is true that the New Zealand army did play in the movies, which I think is super cool. So now we are moving on to Sam's house, I believe.
Alrighty then, dear ones, this lovely little house.
Okay, what I didn't realise is that you can actually go inside one of the houses.
And makers of the Shire. We can see their wicker works just at the back over there, mostly. But the two most exquisite examples of their trade are
So just to show you a little bit more of the detail that went into all of this, when they built this, somebody came and made it possible, to actually have running water inside this house. It's so cool. I love, again, all the little details. It still flows in my mouth. And another thing we didn't realize, that the tour actually includes a complimentary drink. So you can get some alcoholic drinks or a ginger beer, which is what we got. What was it, like cider or something, right?
Cider, stout or an ale.
Yeah, so
Hey.
in true Hobbit style, you can also get an alcoholic drink. So cheers. Cheers. And this is Hahei. To us, it was a beautiful beach village with surfer vibes and potentially one of the best brunch cafes in all of New Zealand. We stayed at this super cute hotel as well, but we really only came for one specific reason. It may look like we are about to dig a grave or something, but we're actually about to dig our own hot water bath here on the beach in Hahei. It's one of the most famous beaches in the North Island because it's a hot spring on the beach. So let's go. Okay, so we are standing in our own hole that we dug. It's honestly so fun. Some of the holes are super hot, so you actually have to search a little bit until you find the one that is for you. But once you find one, it's really nice. I would say it's very relaxing, but there are a lot of people here. So if I turned it around, there's at least like 100 people you can see. So it's relaxing because it's hot, but it's a bit
overwhelming. A bit
very busy. So keep that in mind when you come. And obviously, after you've done the hot spring, you can go in the ocean for a cold cool down, which I may or may not do. You'll see that now. I'm going to be honest with you, I chickened out. It's absolutely beautiful. It's definitely one of the most beautiful beaches I've seen in a long time. The water is super fresh, but super icy. So only if you're getting extremely hot in the little shower bed, I recommend it. Or if you're crazy, you know, then you could also just go into these crazy waves in ice cold water and cool down. Look at Gertrude. So, verdict?
That is so cold. The water is so cold.
Too cold, no?
Refreshing as hell though. Super refreshing.
And just like that, we are slowly heading back to Auckland. Don't trust my little animation here, by the way. We did not drive through the water. The drive is around about 3 hours, and for our final stop of the trip, we took a ferry to an island close by. And of course, there will be no visit to New Zealand without wine. So you've seen, we've just come to Waiheke Island, and we're going to taste a little bit of wine. We're here at Mudbrick. Gertrude is there, basically just waiting for the wine. It's a beautiful, beautiful property. I just wish the weather was a tiny little bit better, but we're hoping the sun will peek through. People can also have weddings here, which I can absolutely 100% imagine. Today we're not going to get married. We're just going to taste a little bit of the wine and enjoy the beautiful view of Auckland City, which you can see over there in the distance. So yeah, let's go.